We had very compelling evidence.
This case was not investigated the way it should have been.
A lot of smoke doesn't necessarily mean fire, but I think there's a lot of smoke here.
Of all the tangled webs we weave, none is more tangled than the bizarre web woven by Robert Durst, the eldest son of Manhattan real estate mogul Seymour Durst, inheritor of this empire until things went very strange. He was implicated in 3 murders. First, the disappearance and presumed death of his young wife, Kathy, in 1982, a lovely medical student who lived with him in Vermont and then in the New York suburbs. Then the dismemberment and beheading of his elderly neighbor in a dump that they lived in Galveston, Texas. And finally, the death of his good friend Susan Berman, a gangster's daughter who was living in Benedict Canyon and who died gangland style, another unsolved murder. Tying them all together, Robert Durst, who caught the attention of filmmaker Andrew Jarecki, who made a fictionalized account of his life called All Good Things. That film caught the attention of Robert Durst, who has been elusive, has not done any interviews.
You should interview him. I think you'd have a lot of fun with that.
Is he crazy enough to participate?
Hi, Mr. Durst.
So Robert Durst is Jarecki's big get, and this film has all the earmarks of those dramatized sort of pseudo-reality documentaries best remembered from the 90s, in which scenes are reenacted and intermixed with footage of interviews with the detectives in charge of various investigations of these murders.
Justice may not be black and white, but it's green. It's very green.
So we hear the story, for example, of the suicide of Durst's mother when he was just 7 years old. Things that are, I find, kind of creepy, and pad this documentary out with, again, presumed truths about what happened. We critics were only given the first 2 episodes of this 6-part series, so it's hard to know where it's going. As a compelling narrative, it's hard to beat The Jinx, I must say. But as a documentary, I find it really questionable and really manipulative itself. With its menacing soundtrack and the theme song that has creepy lyrics, I found it hard to watch because this case is so compelling all on its own. So, as a creepy film, The Jinx gets an A. As a documentary, I give it a C- for so-so effort and a good get with Durst himself.
Did not tell the whole truth. Nobody tells the whole truth.